Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to open this session and to present you very briefly the Irmenia concept. Okay. My presentation will bring in discussion a subject which is different from yesterday's topics: research, development, and innovation in ICT field. I will make a brief presentation, very briefly, of Irmenia, as I told you, and the role it plays in the digital culture phenomenon and in digital culture void. I also point out the role of the research and development activities in the large national projects. So, it is unanimously recognized that the economic crisis has many negative effects in the entire world. We think that ICT has to overcome these negative effects, and government has to encourage the use of ICT in entire society, and more than that, the government has to help, has to finance the ICT research and development. Before talking about Irmenia, let me present you an outline on the general situation of research and development field in Europe. I don't want to comment the figures you can see on the slide, but among other aspects of ICT research and development, Europe has only very few world-recognized poles of excellence, and this fact affects the pupils, my students, the students, generally speaking, researchers, private and state companies. The European bodies identified some problems and their causes. I don't want to talk about it, you can see on the slide, but I want to underline that the lack of information flow towards citizens and companies is one of these causes. And these realities are even more obvious in Romania due to the fact that the... So? Auziți? Acum auziți? It's okay? Okay. And the fact that the economy is weak and the private company and state company cannot help the research and development activities. This doesn't work, please. Doesn't work. Okay. So let me tell you some words about the Romanian. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Let me tell you some words about the Romanian research and development system. In my country, the research and development system is composed of universities, institutes, companies, private or state. And you can see some figure on the slide, and any of these entities can participate in competition and can access to the public funds allocated for research by the government. The funds are given by competition, only by competition. I want to mention that in 2001, the Romanian government launched a very large national program called Information Society, InfoSoc, which was managed at that time by the National Institute for Research and Development in ICT. And this program, it was very important for our country, at least for two reasons. The first, this program created, let's say, a cross-fertilization action between private companies and state companies on the hand, and the other hand, this program has a very important role in digital divide avoid at the national level. 2 years ago, the Romanian government launched a national plan for research, and the amount the budget allocated for this is around 129 euros. So let me give you some remarks about the Romanian ICT research and development system. The first, I want to mention that the competition is very, very tight. It's a very strong competition between private and state companies. The second, unfortunately, there is not an efficient system linking research and development results and outcome to the market, to the economy. And the last remarks, very important, we think, lack of pre-commercial procurement scheme. As you know, nor Europe, neither Romania, and even if EU tried to launch at the European level this scheme, pre-commercial procurement, as a, let's say, instrument for encourage the research and development. However, in my country, the research project play an important role in developing the main components of the information society, e-gov, e-culture, e-learning, and so on, and the research project had a very, very, very important role in infrastructure development, grid systems, cloud computer, and of course, as I have just told you, in digital divide avoid. Many projects were used as main base in creating the large national projects and also e-Romania portal. Now let me present you very, very briefly e-Romania portal. And first I want to mention that this is only a concept launched by the Ministry of Communication at the middle of June in this year. The main objective of this portal is to create unitary, authorized, coherent, consistent information framework, easily accessible and available for everybody, anywhere and anytime. The portal is structured in 2 levels. One level is at the national level, in fact, is a national level, and the second one, the regional level. At the national level, the information is presently in a generally many divided the topics, and I want to mention that among these topics there is e-business topics. At the regional level, the structure is organized by, from bigger and smaller administrative units, and anybody can find the information about interest subjects. I want to mention more than that. I want to stress that the cost for this portal is supported by the Romanian government, in fact, by the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology through projects. So, because we are talking about e-business, because we are talking about how we can reshape the economy, let me tell you very briefly what the e-business companies can find. First, can find in this portal. First, I think it's very important that the companies can find the information about regulatory framework. And the second, they can find the, let's say, opportunities for the business, and they can find an authorized and coherent and updated information. So, this is a very briefly the main idea of the